Today, we're diving into a comprehensive comparison between the brand new Asus Zenfone 12 Ultra and last year's Zenfone 11 Ultra. The Zenfone lineup used to be known for its compact flagship status, but Asus has now fully embraced the larger form factor. With the 12 Ultra, we get the same massive 6.8-inch display, a slightly tweaked design, and upgraded hardware under the hood. But the big question is, does the Zenfone 12 Ultra bring enough new features to justify its price? Or is the Zenfone 11 Ultra still the better deal in 2025? Well, let's dive into a detailed comparison of these two flagship phones and see which one is the right choice for you. And if you find this video helpful, please help out the channel by giving it a like and subscribing. Let's start off with the design and build quality. At first glance, you'd be hard-pressed to tell these two phones apart. Both have the same size screen, aluminum frame, and matte glass back, but Asus has gone for a cleaner look with the Zenfone 12 Ultra, ditching the aggressive streaks on the back of the 11 Ultra in favor of a minimalistic approach. The camera module has also been slightly redesigned, now appearing more compact, but it still protrudes significantly. Both phones feel premium in hand with their cold, smooth aluminum frames, which are made from 100% recycled material, and they also share an IP68 rating for water and dust resistance, so no worries about durability. When it comes to the size, they are nearly identical with just a fraction of a millimeter difference, and both weigh around 220 grams, so if you're hoping for a fresh new look, you won't find it here. But if you liked the Zenfone 11 Ultra's build, you'll feel right at home with the 12 Ultra. Moving on to the display and performance, it's another area where things remain largely the same. Both phones feature a 6.78-inch AMOLED panel with a 2400 by 1080 resolution and a 120 Hz LTPO refresh rate, which can go up to 144 Hz in supported games. While some might argue that 1080p isn't sharp enough for a screen this size, the display is still crisp, vibrant, and customizable with different color tuning options. Peak brightness reaches an impressive 2500 nits, but the minimum brightness remains at 5.9 nits, which isn't great for nighttime viewing. Under the hood, the Zenfone 12 Ultra is powered by the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 Elite, a 3nm chip promising better efficiency and power. But in benchmark tests, it doesn't significantly outperform the Zenfone 11 Ultra's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. The difference might come down to thermal management or Asus prioritizing the ROG phone for top-tier performance. Both models come with either 12 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage. So while the new chip offers incremental gains, it's not a game-changer. When it comes to software and features, the Zenfone 12 Ultra ships with Android 15 out of the box, while the 11 Ultra is expected to receive the update soon. Asus has introduced a host of AI-powered features, including AI live translation for calls, AI object tracking for video recording, and AI-enhanced voice clarity. While some of these features will also be available on the Zenfone 11 Ultra, anything Google provided, like Circle to Search, will definitely be present on both. The Zen UI interface remains light and close to stock Android, which is great for those who prefer a clean experience. But Asus continues to offer only 2 major Android updates and 4 years of security patches, which is pretty modest compared to brands like Samsung and Google. If long-term software support is a priority for you, this might be a deciding factor between the two models. Now let's talk about cameras. Asus has been pushing physical gimbal stabilization, and the Zenfone 12 Ultra refines it with a couple of extra degrees of movement. The camera hardware and post-processing haven't improved much. Both struggle with detail retention, dynamic range, and over-sharpening. The 12 Ultra does a better job with color accuracy and contrast compared to the slightly washed-out tones of the 11 Ultra, but it's still not quite at flagship level. Low-light shots aren't great either. Exposure gets cranked up, making skin tones appear unnatural and details smudgy. Zooming in at 10x? Expect jagged edges and aggressive sharpening. The ultra-wide camera has seen some tuning improvements, but HDR ghosting issues remain. Even selfies, despite using a 32-megapixel sensor, look over-processed with smoothed-out details. If you were hoping for a camera revolution, it didn't happen. In terms of battery and audio, both pack a 5,500 mAh battery in the same sized body, but the newer Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 Elite was expected to improve efficiency, yet the results are mixed. Surprisingly, the Zenfone 11 Ultra outperforms the 12 Ultra in battery life tests, particularly in YouTube streaming, while gaming and web browsing remain comparable. When it comes to audio, both phones deliver loud, full-bodied stereo speakers that you can tweak with an EQ in the settings. Haptic feedback is also identical, meaning the typing and touch experience feels just as responsive. If battery life is your main concern, the Zenfone 11 Ultra might actually be the better pick. As for my final verdict, the Zenfone 12 Ultra is a top-tier flagship that checks a lot of boxes, but it doesn't bring enough improvements over the Zenfone 11 Ultra to justify paying full price, especially if you can find last year's model at a discount. The design, display, battery, and audio experience are practically identical, and while the Snapdragon 8 Elite offers minor gains, it doesn't make a significant real-world difference. The biggest advantage of the 12 Ultra is its longer software support, meaning you'll get updates until 2029 instead of 2028. But if that's not a deal breaker for you, the Zenfone 11 Ultra remains a fantastic choice, especially if you can snag it at a lower price. So if you're shopping for a Zenfone, look out for deals on the 11 Ultra because it still holds up extremely well. Let me know in the comments which one you'd pick, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth comparisons. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.